Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Um, so we're going to talk to Dad today. I know you've done this before, but I like to remind people this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit, and if it doesn't make sense now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, "Oh, I know what he's talking about." So we communicate the best way we can. He'll tell you what you need to know, maybe not what you want to know. It's their show. I let them run the ball game. Oh, he's fishing. He's always fishing. He's always fishing when I talk to him. He must have absolutely loved camping and fishing in a bonfire. It's the same picture. I feel like this spot is pretty close to where you're at. And that's this. Okay. He pulls the line out. He's got this little bitty fish. He's holding up like he's proud of it. He's laughing at it. So maybe one of you just recently did this. So I don't know if he's just acknowledging. They always make me itch. I always look like I got heebie-jeebies when I do readings because their energy makes me itch. um, so I don't know if he's just being funny and showing that he's fishing, or if this is a memory that where he did this at one time, or if somebody's recently gone fishing and caught this little bitty thing and they held it up like they had a big prize. I'm not sure where he's going with that. Now my nose is starting to run. Now I don't know why my nose is starting to run. Usually anything that happens to me during a reading is something that's going to happen to you. So maybe you're sitting there crying and your nose is running. He says, of course, you will see him again. But you're going to see him again sooner than you're not going to have to wait to see him again. Dang it, the words aren't coming out right, sorry. You're not going to have to wait to die to see him again. You're going to see him again. Here. I'm waiting for him to tell me. He needs to explain that one. You either have or you're going to see him, and it's usually in your peripheral vision, your side vision. You'll see somebody walk by and you turn and look and there's nobody there. And when they do it to me, it's still the same. Even though I can see them, when I see somebody walk by, usually I turn my head and there's nothing there. Go, yeah, that was my imagination. No, it wasn't. You either have or you're going to see him walk by you way more than one time. It's going to happen over and over, or at least several times. Stop making me itch. So when that happens, just trust that it's him. He's going to make sure nothing bad gets close to you. So just trust that that is him, or it wouldn't be there. Because he will protect you from anything bad. So validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to show up more, give him permission to. My guides have been stressing a lot that you need to give them permission. I see sometimes when I'm doing a reading and their loved one is standing off in a corner because they're afraid to come forward because they don't want to scare you. They don't want you to think your house is haunted because you might hear something and see something. They don't know if they should. So give him permission to. Tell him. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. you're going to see him. You might even see him more clear than that. Also in your dreams. There's a difference between a dream and a true visitation. A true visitation from them, you know how when you wake up from a dream and it just starts to kind of float away as soon as you open your eyes, you start forgetting it? A true visitation, I had one 7 years ago. I can still remember every color, everything that was said, everything that was on the walls in the house, everything that was on the table, what we were doing, clear as a bell. That's a true visitation. You can remember that color of their shoestrings. I mean, you're going to have at least one of those. And I don't know if it's hard for them to do that, or maybe it takes too much energy for them to do that, but it seems like you don't get those very often. Actually, that reminded me I need to start working on that again. But so when you get one, cherish it, because it may not, I don't know, it's just evidently hard for them to do. I don't know why. Maybe it takes too much energy. I don't know. That's not for me to know. So he wants you to get a paper and a pen. And when you do get a dream, you can write down the visitation too. The dreams will come through as he's coming through to give you advice. The dreams will have him in them. And you probably should write down some of your other dreams. And pretty soon you'll start to see a pattern of what they're trying to say. And I don't get into dreams too much because some of them come in so cryptic. And like one time when I was doing a meditation, she told us to hold this bird. Well, I crushed the bird. I killed the bird. I was in tears when I got done with the group meditation we were in. And I said, why? That's got to be something really bad. She goes, no, Rhonda, it just means you're trying too hard. So cryptic. So I don't get into dreams too much, but he wants you to write them down. There's going to be messages in them for you. It might be something that you need to write down several of them before you start seeing a pattern of advice, messages, I love yous, things, just different things. There's some kind of a pattern. Anyway, that's his advice. He wants you to do that. Just enough so you don't forget what the dream was about. Just the main points. You don't have to write down every word. He says he's always going to be by your side. He's calling you pumpkin. Any itch. He stands very, very close to you most of the time. He's kind of like, I don't want to call him a guardian angel because that's not what he is. But he's a very strong protector for you. Very strong protector. Giving permission to do that. And I'm trying to see what he's showing me here. I'm not sure what he's showing. My goodness, he's really making me itch. When the closer they get, the more I itch. I really need to fix that. He's coming down and whispering in my ear, which he's trying to tell you that he loves you. You'll hear it in one ear. It could be a shrieking. It could be a muttering. It could be your ear gets real hot. It could be you feel a wisp of air. He's not exactly showing how And I don't know how you'll receive the energy, so he's not showing me exactly how, but he's trying to whisper, I love you. You might just hear muttering, mumbling in one ear. You might be, what's wrong with my ear, you know? He's too close. He says, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Did not know. If I knew then what I know now, I would not have left. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know. It was dumb. Shouldn't have done it. Dumb. Can't take it back. Never realized what it would do. I was selfish. I only cared about me. I'm going to make up for it. Somehow, some way. He's feeling this big sense of needing you to forgive him. Not because he needs it, because once we get up there, they I always say they peel us like an onion. They peel all that heavy, old, crappy energy that we get down here that clings to us and stays with us our whole life, that heavy crap, that gets peeled off of us. He needs you to forgive him for yourself. He needs you to let go of that anger, that bitterness, that damn you, Dad, damn you, Dad. He needs you to come to terms with that for you, not for him. Because that's what will make him happier and lighter and brighter, is when you come to terms with it and come to peace with what he did for yourself. He says you're going to be the one to help the others. He feels like you kind of understand why. The why. You kind of understand the why. You kind of understand, what's the word? What's the word? I'm not hearing him finish that one. Kind of understand the reasoning. Her reasoning. Does that make it right? He says no. Don't ever think of following in my footsteps. Not the right thing to do. Permanent solution for a temporary problem. Okay, is there a wooden, first he showed it a wooden rocking chair, now I just see a wooden, well, that's not me. First he showed sitting in a wooden rocking chair on a porch, looked more like a back porch. Now he's showing just a straight chair. Could have wicker wrapped around it, or for the seat or something, but it's just kind of a square, straight sit-up chair. And I feel like it's probably on a back porch, maybe even overlooking water. Not sure. He's not saying what the significance of these are. So if you have a wooden rocking chair on the back porch, you might watch for it to rock by itself. Know that he spends a lot of time there. It's more like a back patio up against a house. Almost looks like it has an overhang like a roof or something, but it's open. That describes it a little better. Could be like a, not a canopy, but just, it's a patio. It's concrete that could have several chairs on it if you wanted up against the house. All right. He's showing that he goes in the bathroom and he turns the water off and on, off and on, off and on. So you may go into the bathroom and consistently find the water on, or at least it dripping where it should have been shut off, or you might just hear it. Like sometimes I'll be sitting here and I'm in my, stop making me itch. I'm in my dining room and there's a wall. I can't see the kitchen other than the door right here. Anyway, I can't see my refrigerator, but every so often I'll hear the door shut. Don't know who's looking in my fridge, but it'll be something like that, you know, where you might just hear it. Usually not when you're in the same room. Don't know why it works that way, but it does. He says you need to worry about studying. I don't know if you're still in school or he wants you to go back to school. He said you need to worry about studying, getting your head back in the books. Good grief, who knows if we're even going to have school. Not sure where you live. I think you live up north. But he wants you to keep learning anyway. Even if they don't start school up, he wants you to keep learning anyway. He wants you to get your head back in the books. The more you learn, the better off you'll be. Stay safe. And I've had this come up in several readings lately. They say, stay away from the dumb people. And he means the people out there doing the riots and stuff. Yeah, he's not saying anything. Okay, what are we showing here? Dog. It's a white or a light colored dog. It's got a little bit fuzzy hair, a little bit longer. It's got a long tail. He's kind of fuzzy. Can't tell how old he is. He's smaller. 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 Could even be a puppy. Boy, he's not giving me. I can't see the face of the dog. I can't even tell what kind it is, but it's got wiry, kind of a little bit longer hair. So I don't know why he's acknowledging this dog. I don't know if this dog is here because the dog is, or if the dog's with him and he wants somebody to know he has their precious fur baby. But the dog is not facing him. The dog is not interacting with him. Almost all little kids and animals, at least dogs and cats, can see them and hear them. No problem. One of your friends has seen your dad. One of your friends. They haven't, they're going to, but I feel like they've already seen him. I love you. I love you, kitten. I love you. Nothing would make me happier than if you find peace. Find a way to let go of the anger. And he's showing you dancing. He wants you to crank the music up and dance. Has to be lively music, has to be light music, has to be something that makes you really want to boogie. Even if you just chair dance, it helps raise your vibration. Now he's talking about a graduation. Like I said, I have no idea how old you are. I don't look at anybody's Facebook page. So I don't know if you're going to be graduating or somebody in your family's going to be graduating or just graduated. He's talking about a graduation. And I know a lot of us didn't have walk across the stage graduation. So know that he was there or he will be there, whatever the deal is. Very proud. Over the top proud of you. He feels like you're one of the strong ones. You're one of the strong ones that can deal with this and you can handle this. And he needs for you to stay that way. Again, he says crank the music up. Keep your vibration up higher because you need your strength for the others. He hates that you're struggling with this. He hates that he is the cause of you struggling with this. He's going to make it better. Ask him to help with that. They cannot override your free will choice. But you can ask for things. I've asked for $10 million for several years. That doesn't work. But they send me enough that I'm provided for. But ask him to help you. Ask him to help you be stronger. Ask him to help you lift your vibration. Ask him to help you forgive him. And he can, but you have to allow. You have to allow for whatever comes through too. It may not be the picture that you imagine, but it'll be the best. They'll pick the best thing for you, if that makes sense. It may be something totally out of the blue that you wouldn't even think of. They know best. Usually, he can help you with those things. He either just has or going to bring somebody into your life that has been through this or attempted this or that totally understands this, that is going to be like a mentor for you, like a counselor, like somebody that can help you with it. Somebody that he says somebody that can help you put the pieces in the right places and understand it's not your fault. And that will bring you a great sense of peace. He said it was all mine, had nothing to do with you. I love you. Now he's talking about cherries on a tree. Well, I know my cherries were gone a long time ago, so I don't know why we're talking about cherries. He's showing me cherries on a tree. Now he's showing apples. So that's two different trees because I've got both trees out in my yard. He showed me my cherry tree with cherries on it, and then he showed me the apple tree. I don't even know if the apples are on there. Oh, I see some hanging. So I don't know what it is about the two trees. There's a reason for everything that he says. I love you. I did not tell you and show you enough when I was here. I'm going to make up for it. It will just be different. It will be divinely guided. When I hear divine timing, I hate that because it means be patient. It'll be here when it gets here, when it's supposed to. I don't like being patient. All right, Tammy. Okay. So what they've taught me is before we come here with a predestined exit point. Could be when we're a day old, could be when we're 100 years old. That timeline can wiggle. He cheated the timeline, but it was still going to be his time to go, not very much after the time that he actually left. He cheated it, he did it too soon, but his timeline still wasn't going to be a whole lot longer. Somehow, I think he knew that inside. And some people can feel that. Some people know. And I've heard him say that. They knew it was time. So even though he cheated it, he still wouldn't have been here very much longer. It's like he didn't want to go through the experience of what was coming, so he just went ahead and left. If that makes sense. There's still something to be learned from all this. There's always, I say silver lining, which stinks. I mean, that probably isn't the right word to use, but there's always something to learn that is good for your soul from the experience of something like this. He wants you to know how beautiful you are, and you're covering your light up. You need to let your light shine. You need to let your light back out. He says the world needs it. The world needs each and every little bright light that we can get, especially right now, if that makes sense. Now he's out by his campfire and he's cooking a hot dog. So know the next time that you're out there cooking a hot dog, he'll be right there beside you. I love you, baby girl. You are a bright light in this world. Do not let them dim it. Go shine, go smile, go dance. Make the world a better place. Lord knows we need it. Okay, with that, he's leaving. He's still out by the campfire, though. So, much love to you, my dear. He says again, forgive yourself. Forgive me, because that'll forgive you, and that'll lighten all that up. Get that heavy boulder off your shoulders. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later.